Oh, good morning. We're in September and I'm standing on the west banks of Loch Lomond, and this morning we're going to take a ride from this area, which is around the Luss area of Loch Lomond, and we're going to take a ride on the bike up the west bank. I don't know how far, a few miles, and see how we feel before we turn and come back again. It's quite cloudy, but I always find it very mysterious. The hills, and I can see from where I'm standing, Ben Lomond, that's the highest mountain around Loch Lomond, and it's always mysterious because whatever the sky is doing, like for instance if it's very dark clouds, it makes the hills and the mountains look really ghostly and places that you don't want to venture. And yet on a beautiful sunny day they look as green when you can see the waterfalls sparkling as they fall down the hillside. It's every time you come up to Loch Lomond and anywhere in Scotland, it is different. It's never the same twice running. So anyway, I hope now that you'll come with me on the bike and we'll take a ride up the West Banks. It's okay?
Shot here, that's where I was just filming from. And that's looking down the loch southwards towards Balloch. Well, this is a very small village, only 3, 4, 5 cottages, but you want to see some of the gardens. And it's got a lovely view overlooking the loch. Couple of chaps up there doing the gardening, look. Just move across the road. It's a cyclist, that's what I'm going to be doing in a minute. Well, I did say nice gardens, didn't I? This is fantastic, isn't it? Every year it's different. Got a train on there this year, look. Fierce competition between this cottage and the cottage next door. Wonder why it has to become a competition. The couple who live here last year, they wanted to move. Morning! You haven't moved then? You wanted to move when I saw you last year? No reply. Well, there you are, he's come over and he's going to see if his wife's there, because I thought they were going to move, they wanted to move back down south. This is a tied cottage on the Luss estate. Lovely flowers. I mean, they must spend all day every day just on their garden, but then again, what the heck else is there to do out here? And then of course next door you've got that one. And look at the lovely view they've got. So here we have Luss, the conservation village, and it was here many years ago, or it's not televised now, but they used to do a lot of filming for Take the High Road, but that's all finished now, I've just learned. Well, this year, like other years, the Highland Games, or the Heeland Games, were held in this field. Toss the caber, throw the weight, and Scottish dancing and everything like that. Now there's a plaque over there, and I'm going to go over and have a look and see what it says. So there you go, now you know. And what I'm going to do as well is to walk round the front, and we'll have a look at the stands where all the Highlanders sit to watch the games take place. Well, there you go. So all I can say is there's a heck of a big difference in the health and safety rules here in the Highlands than what there is down south where we come from. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Well, there you go. We're going to move on now and go round Luss. The village is now bypassed. This used to be the main road going north up Loch Lomond, but it's very nice now. Just across there is the main road, the A82. So it's a nice quiet little village now, and the sheep are not bothered. They're getting ready for being taken to market, I should think. So here we have the local hotel, like that up there on the wall, look. Is that a moose? Is there a moose loose about the hoose? But what we're going to do, we'll just take a little detour and turn right here and just ride round the actual village, okay? Certainly won't be many tourists here, not this time in the morning, well, especially on a weekday anyway, and it's autumn now. Morning. Just go down here. We're going to do a sort of a square so that at least we go past the church. There's a river there running into Loch Lomond from up in the hills from Glen Luss, and in front of us we have the church. Nice lich gate there. There's another one actually at the front of the church. Church with two gates. Very, very quiet here today. Lovely. There you go. Get up the end here, we'll turn right and go down to the pier. So we'll go back up now towards the main road. Lovely little cottages. Can't be much room inside them. At a guess, I'll say 1 bedroom, 1 sitting room, 1 kitchen, and with a bit of luck a bathroom. Postman delivering the mail. Well, I don't think he'd be delivering meals, would he? Alright, so that's the hotel, and we'll now set forth, see if we can find the path to cycle along the banks of L Lomond towards Tarbert. Well, we're back to the noisy bit now. We're back and we're on the main road, and we're going to stay on the footpath, which I think you can cycle along. Well, I'm going to anyway. And right in front of us is L Lomond, the highest mountain that overlooks L Lomond, and the very top of it is just got a little bit of cloud cover on it. Quite likely that will clear as time goes on. Oh, off the main road now, drop down at the side of the loch, and we're going to be pedalling alongside, but of course at times it will be shrouded by trees, but it's much more peaceful down here, away from the traffic. Signboard there telling you a little bit about the boats and boating on the loch. And every time I think I switch on the camera, we'll be looking at L Lomond. There's another mountain in the distance there. I don't know what that is. There you go, the West L Lomond cycle path. So what more can we do but cycle along it, I suppose. Really, it's lovely and warm. I put a sweater on underneath my day glow, and it's very warm indeed this morning. Must be 70 degrees. The difference in sound when you come up near the main road. The beauty of being on a bicycle is you can stop when you want. You certainly can't in the car. Of course, the other day I was cycling up that side of the lock. You'd think with all the little waves coming in there that we was at the seaside, wouldn't you? Really? But all these rocks are here to support the road that is behind me and the cycle track that I'm on. I don't know, I suppose if the lock filled up, well, it wouldn't fill up because it just runs out. The excess water in this lock runs out into the River Leven at Ballock, runs down through Dumbarton and then into the River Clyde and out to sea. Another little trickle adding to the lock. We need every little drop of water we can get, don't we? That is coming down from the hills behind me. Still looks a little bit murky, doesn't it? The lock, incidentally, is about 26 miles long, but I don't know how wide. It's various widths as you travel up south to north. Piece of film here just to show how they carved through the rock to get this new A82 road in. Very nicely, the cycle path goes off down there, a bit more quiet. Cycle paths come up the side of the main road now to go over the river. Don't know what river it is. I do know that it comes down through Glen Douglas, which is the turning to the left over there, and that is my favourite glen, Glen Douglas. Now it's come over quite dark clouds now, and it really makes those mountains look eerie, forbidding. You wouldn't want to be up on the top of there, I don't think, not today anyway. But that's the L Lomond, and it's still covered in cloud. Well, the peak of it is anyway. Before we move off, that is what the road was like before they built the new wider one. which this part of the old road is now a lay-by. Nice seat there for people to sit on and admire the view. Big lump of rock to stop cars coming down here. They have to think of everything, don't they? I've got to say that from when this new road to the left of us was first built, there were no bushes like this. You had a clear view of the lock and L Lomond all the way along here. Excuse me. Difficult to get a view now. Believe it or not, and there's the white lines there, look, on the... This was once the road. It's got a bit overgrown, I admit, but this was once the main road north round the lock. As I say, now been converted into a cycle path. See the white line, look down there? That was the centre of the road. And once you get up to Tarbert, the road reverts to, well, it's as it was and as it has been for, I don't know, 100 years, I suppose. The new road only goes as far as Tarbert. Here it is again, look. The white line. Oh dear, used to take ages to get up to like Crean Larwick, and this is the main road to Fort William, or was. Main road to Fort William and Oban. Not much clearer up there now on the hills, is it really? I don't know, a little bit clearer perhaps. Got a nice view here now down the lock. Just going to dismount. That's a good word, isn't it? Dismount. There we are, there's proof. I'm not pulling any wool over your eyes. There's an original cat's eye. Look at that. Of course, you must, well, you do realise, I'm sure, that there's a lot of overgrowth of trees. The road wasn't actually this narrow. It's only that the trees have bushed out, that's all. But it was was blooming narrow. There'd be no overtaking whatsoever. If you got stuck behind horse and cart all them years ago, you were there for take you weeks to get up L Lomond. Well, it's looking south again towards Balloch and Dumbarton and Glasgow, due south, and all along the loch they have these boards, information boards, which tell you all about the area. That one there, the story of the Highlands, is told in the rocks around you. Here at Rivermore, the big headland, you have an ideal opportunity to witness the power of the Earth's forces. The rocks here are very old. They're known as Dalradian schists and are named after the old Scottish kingdom of Dalriada. They were once sedimentary rocks that started out as sand and sediment deposited layer upon layer on the floor of an ancient ocean around 570 million years ago. Now I've got memories now. Remember I talked about the old road and the new road, and we're still on the old road. It's clearing up there now, look, on the mountain. Ah, that's beautiful. A little bit of sunshine up there. Well, this is the old road, and I can now remember, before they ever built the new road, I can remember driving round here. I'm sure John and Peter can, and I'm certainly sure, I am absolutely sure that PJ will remember it, but John and Peter will, there's no doubt about it. We came round here with Auntie Gladys, going up to rest and be thankful, oh crikey, what, 35 some odd years ago. The original road, and this is what it like. No way, well I don't know, I say no way could it cope with the traffic now. It does farther up the loch. You know, we're only going about 10-15 miles up the loch, and there's another 10-12 miles still to go where it's all the narrow road like this is now. So there you go. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying our day out, and we'll see what pops up next, shall we? Well, this is an absolutely lovely spot, this is. Really nice. This is just a yard or two away from where I was reading that information board. It's so quiet and peaceful, there's no one else about at all. I've got the whole place to myself. It's as if the loch belongs to me. And just up there, above that wall, that's the old road. See the way they've supported the road there, and the cars used to zoom round there? Well, zoom, I'd say about 20-25 miles an hour if they were lucky. And you can see just on these rocks, or growing out of the rocks, is lots of moss and lichens, and these lovely little blue flowers, a kind of bluebell blowing in the breeze. And behind them, whoa, Ernie, blackberries. Well, I have tried a blackberry. They're very, very juicy. Look at that, they're as ripe, and no one will come here to pick them. And they're growing amongst the heather. And there we go, that's the view looking north. And what you can see, if you can see any buildings up there, that is Tarbert. But I don't think I'll be biking right up there today. I didn't venture very much farther from that and spot. Tarbert was a bit too far for me today. I was hoping to go up into Glen Douglas, but I decided no, I'd leave that till another day. So I'm on my way back now to Luss and those beautiful flower gardens. I hope you've enjoyed this trip with me today. It's been really nice. There's a bit more wind going back because I'm heading straight into it. So take care and I'll see you again.